What's up, you cool asses and badasses? How y'all guys doing today? I'm your host, Faithful Mr. J,
And I'm Motive.
and we got some McDonald's sweet tea. I just got back from the vape shop about, an hour ago?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I went to the vape shop today. I know it's not Friday, but I seen that a shop I go to got this in right here. This is Jam Monster, PBJ, and Jam Monster. It's supposed to be like a peanut butter and jelly. I got this in 3 milligrams. Normally I get in 6. But I also got something else while I was there. So, let's get into this. Now, we are going to go through important shit in this. We're actually going to go into safety. Because what I got here is not necessarily dangerous, but it can be dangerous if used improperly. So, as you guys know, I like mech mods. I typically like high-powered vaping. And I've been looking for one of these for a really, and I mean a super, super long time. And that is the Noisy Cricket version 1. Now, my vape shop had gotten these in. And because it's such an old mod, they're selling them really fucking cheap. $20 a mod. I thought it was great. But let's go ahead and get into this. So, batteries I'm using are these right here. These are Samsung 25Rs. If you follow Battery Mooch, then you would know that he recommends these. He recommends the VTC 5s. VTC 4s if you can find them, but you can't really find them too much anymore. Um, other Samsungs, but he has different batteries that he recommends for different mods. Typically, you would only really use Samsung 25Rs for regulated, but I have to deal with what I get. So, alright, so with this mod, because this is a series, you are stacking the voltage. So, nominal voltage of an 18650 is 3.7 volts. Then it's 4.2 fully charged. So, you take two batteries that are 4.2 volts and you stack them in series. That's 8.4 volts, which means you do not want to really go below 0.3 on this. I personally say not to go below 0.4, especially if you're using like 20 to 25 amp batteries. And we'll get into the math here in a little bit because there's a lot of stuff to cover. Also, the way this mod's designed, these batteries go in a specific way. So let's go ahead and get into this. Now, the RDA I'm going to be using is a little bit big for this mod, but it's all I have with a decent build in it, or build that I'm comfortable using. All right. And what's really surprising is the threads on this are really nice. Okay. All right. So we go ahead and set that off to the side. Take the button off. Now, I don't believe this mod has a lock on it, so you don't want to put it in your pocket. Alright,
Yeah,
so
don't do that.
the way you want to put the batteries in is whichever way you put them in. So, in this case, I do battery or button side positive down, obviously atomizer side positive up. Now, what'll end up happening if you put them in wrong, you'll end up shorting out the mod itself. Okay, and if you have fully charged batteries, not a good thing. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. Now I do want to show you a little trick. So when it comes to these style caps right here, it's always best to put the cap on the atomizer first and get it snug down. That way, when you go to take the RDA off, the cap actually comes with the RDA. So we'll snug this down, and I'm gonna tighten this to where I can't tighten it no more, which will be about there. Okay. So we'll go ahead and give you a little fire. That when I measured these batteries, they were reading 3.88 volts apiece, and I did the math. That's around 7.7 volts. So now we go over, and actually we'll do it this way. I'll do it on my computer. All right. Hopefully I have a tab for it up. Alright, free vaping calculators. I always recommend using this when you're trying to figure out a build. So we're going to go to Ohm's Law. We're going to plug in, and the build is 0.44 ohms at 7.7 volts, and that's not including voltage drop. So 0.44 at 7 volts is running around 17 amps, which is 134 watts. Now, if we plug in 8.4, this is about the farthest I would go on a Series Mac. It's drawing about 19 amps, which is, with my build, is 160 watts. Okay? So you have to be careful when using these mods. Because if you're not careful, man, I mean, it can spell disaster.
That's not.
Now, I've seen videos of people like talk about the Noisy Cricket saying how it's a dangerous mod. It's not a dangerous mod. You gotta learn what you're doing. And when you run these higher, hotter builds that draw a lot of amps, you don't want to draw too much off of 8.4 volts. But if you're drawing around 19, you wanna inhale as quickly as possible and let off that button. Okay?
Yeah, you don't want to drag it like you would this.
Yeah, something like this. But this is just a little overhang, but it'll be all right. Bro, I wish you could try this fucking PB and Jam monster.
I got to tell you something. I wonder how that mod would do. You put this RDA on it.
Well, what's the resistance of that build?
0.2.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. No,
I'd have to build a coil
a little bit higher. Like I said, I mean, I've only had this mod for about an hour, and you can ask him. I was trying to find different RDAs because you have to understand this is not only a mechanical mod, but it's also hybrid. So you have to use an atomizer that has a protruding pin.
Yeah.
And we'll go ahead and show the pin on this. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see that, but you see that pin sticks out far enough. But this is what I mean by you want the top cap to come off with the atomizer itself. Now, I was talking to the guy because he said, well, I'm scared to use it. And yeah, that's understandable. A lot of people are. A lot of people really don't want to fuck with mechanical mods of any type.
No, they don't.
Me, I don't care. Because I'm skilled enough to know exactly what I'm doing. See, I was going to throw, let's see, where is it? I was going to throw this little guy on there. Because this is actually about the right size for the Noisy Cricket. But the problem is the build I have in there is using 26 gauge Kanthal, and it's at 0.3. So, force feeding 8.4 volts through those coils, it would just burn the cotton instantly.
No kid.
I mean, let me grab my Sobra mod. Well, I'll show you the build. If I can get the cap off. Looks like I might have to use my shirt.
They grip it.
Yeah, sometimes these top caps get stuck on. Excuse the cotton, but you see how small that build is?
That's real small. Is that a single?
No, it's a dual. The reason why it's so small is because it's actually this mod or this RDA goes on my Tugboat V1 single battery Mac. Yeah, you forgot I had that.
And now it's just the fact that I forgot you ain't used it. Alright.
Although I might, because I like the way this is vaping, I might use this more.
Yeah.
Nice dense clouds. Vape's not overly warm. Not bad. So yeah. But like I said, guys, and you seriously need to pay attention when we talk about this shit. When it comes to these unregulated and mechanical mods and all that, like, you have to be careful. I've seen too many mishaps with them. I've seen guys, because they did something they weren't supposed to do, someone blew their fucking teeth out, broke their jaw, had a mod explode in their mouth.
That's bad. And
this is actually towards the beginning of, like, when I started vaping, I started seeing this shit, and it kind of made me worried, like, is my vape going to blow up? A lot of people said no, it usually only happens with mechanical mods, and it's typically people putting sub-ohm tanks on there, or doing something they're not supposed to, or running a battery with a low CDR, and they're trying to run super hot builds, or sometimes they just end up having a battery with loose change in their pocket, shorts out, vents in their pocket, burns the shit out of their leg, or they put them on their pocket. And I don't like, even if a mod does have a lock, whether it be mechanical or even regulated, it's just no. Because like anything could happen, right? You forget to lock your mod, it starts pretty much firing on its own. Like, the button gets pressed, it starts firing, you're not noticing it. And by the time you start noticing it, the battery is pretty much already too hot at that point. It's going full thermal runaway, and it's not going to be a good day, so. But yeah, you definitely got to be careful. Just because I tend to build super low sometimes, you don't have to.
I like how people say they think that vaping or vapors use pulse rating. No, we don't.
Some do. A lot of batteries do have a pulse rating, but like Mooch said, trying to measure the pulse rating is just way too difficult.
CDR sounds better though.
Yeah, continuous. Like, I can get away with, well, I'm not going to, but I'm just saying, I can get away with pulsing the Samsung 25Rs at about around 25, 26 amps. Would I do it? Probably not. Well, I can't say I wouldn't do it, because 0.14 4.2 volts on a single is around 26 amps, so. But yeah, if you want any more information, just like search up Battery Mooch in Google. He has a lot of information regarding batteries, what he recommends, what's fake, who lies about their claims, and just so on and so forth. So, but yeah, if you do decide to get one of these, very careful. Okay. All right. Anyways, I will see you coon asses and cool y'alls later. Me and Motor, I don't know what the hell Motor's gonna do. He probably gonna play Grand Theft Auto. I might watch some YouTube videos. But we'll go ahead and see you later. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to be alerted when we upload new videos. Anyways, I am Vaping Mr. J.
And I'm Motor.
And we are signing out.